All right, today I'm going to be taking a look at the Zokoun laser distance meter. Cool. So it comes with batteries, and we got an instruction manual in the bottom. Let's see what I got more than that. I actually got a case and a lanyard. And it looks like some kind of a reflective card, so if you're having trouble reading the material, you can probably use that. So this does have a spirit level here and here. That way I know that what I'm doing is flat, and it does appear to work. So that's good, because if you want to get an accurate reading from wall to wall, you want to be parallel to the ground. Since it came with batteries, let's go ahead and install those. Nice, so that's a nice screen. It is actually backlit fairly evenly from top to bottom. Even with that big light right behind the camera, you can still see the screen very easily, so that is a good thing. And you can see right here, this symbol means it's going to be reading from the rear of the meter. So if I butt this against a wall, I'll be able to read exactly from that wall all the way to the next wall. So let's go ahead and make a measurement. So you can see the laser right there, so you know exactly what you're measuring. 0.305 meters. Now if I want to change that so that it reads from the front, so for example, if I have a wall coming over here and I want to measure right from that corner, I can put this so that it's straight in line with the wall, and I can hit this button right here, and you can see that it changed to the front. So now when I measure, 0.215 meters. So now instead of meters, let's change it to feet. So I'm going to hit that same button. All right, now we're in inches. So now when I read, I'm at 12.9 inches. So we got inches and we got meters. And we got feet. Cool. And now this is showing feet and fractions of an inch. So it's at about 12 1/8 inches. So lots of different units of conversion, which is a very good thing. So now let's say I wanted to figure out what the surface area of this is. Now the easy way to do that, I mean, you can do that with a calculator. That's height times width. But if we don't want to do that with a calculator, if we wanted this to do everything for us, we can do that. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to measure from the rear. I'm going to put the rear right at the base of this plate, and I'm going to read. Okay, so we got 22.9 inches, and I'm going to read the distance across because that's the next measurement it's asking for. Okay, so the height is 22.9 inches, the width is 35 inches, and the surface area is 5.5 feet. So pretty cool. So I like things that just make it easy for me. And so that was the surface area. Now we could do the same thing with volume. So if I had that same measurement, and then I wanted to measure from here up. So if, for example, I want to find out what the volume of a fish tank was, I could do the exact same thing. And now we got Pythagorean Theorem. So that is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. But what's cool about this is that we can find out what the length of something is just by measuring the distance across. All right, I got 41 inches. Now I'm going to measure from here to here. And I got 23 inches. So I got 41 inches across, I got 23 inches down, and that leaves me with 34 inches, 34.9 inches from side to side. So I can use this to get measurements that I otherwise couldn't get. So like maybe if there was a big boiler somewhere in here and I could measure across it, I could still get that measurement. And I got the same thing here, so I'm going to measure up. And then I'm going to measure the next side. And that gives me the distance here, right? So I just measured 23 inches up, 35 inches across, and now I've got the measurement, the diagonal measurement of 41.9 inches. Let's say I was standing here, right, on a far side of the room, and I didn't want to walk all the way over here, but I wanted to see the distance between a point here and a point here. So we'll say actually just the width of this box. So I'm going to start by measuring this side of the box, and then this side of the box, and then I'll measure to this corner over here. So now I'm measuring the left side of the box. So this is great if I want to find out the length of a tank or something like that. And I'm going to measure straight across. First measurement was one side of the box, the second measurement was the other side of the box, and then the third measurement was the reference, and that gives me 6.4 inches. So pretty cool, I can measure things without even being close to them. Alright, so let's say I'm standing in a room right here, and I want to measure the distance across the wall on the other side of the room. So I can take this guy up here, and I'm going to measure to that corner. Now I'm going to measure straight across, and now I'm going to measure the bottom corner. And now I got the distance from top to bottom. And there might be some variance depending on how accurately I held everything, but that's pretty close. There's a whole bunch of different functions. This thing is super handy. For me, I mostly just use it for doing basic measurements, but having all that extra stuff on here is really cool.